This is going to be a quick overview of the biohazardous waste and autoclave procedures for Wake Downtown. In terms of a regulatory overview, why we need to do this is OSHA, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, mandates special handling for regulated medical waste, and the Department of Transportation also will regulate the storage, handling, packaging, and transportation, as well as the treatment of regulated medical waste. And these are blood, body fluids in individual containers in volumes greater than 20 milliliters, microbiological waste, which is the vast majority of what you'll see in the laboratory, and also pathological waste that has not been treated. So microbiological waste is a term that includes cultures and stocks of infectious materials. It includes specimens from medical, pathological, pharmaceutical research, and what we're looking at in terms of treatment will be either incineration or steam sterilization, which would be the autoclaves that we use. The solid medical waste in the research labs will include some of your flasks, tubes, and plates, pipettes, as well as stock specimens, cultures, and swabs. Pathological waste is human tissue, organs, body parts, blood, and fluids that are removed during surgery or autopsies. So we would not expect to see these in our laboratories. It also includes the carcasses and body parts of all animals that were exposed to pathogens in research, which generally, at this point, we are not doing here at Wake Forest. So we would rarely, if ever, expect to see pathological waste. If you do see these in your research or know you're going to be working with one of these, please let us know in the EHS office as soon as you can so we can make sure all the precautions are taken. Sharps, this is needles, syringes, scalpel blades, and the other objects such as capillary tubes, slides, cover slips, things that you'll see in your research. And these are all going to be collected in the Sharps container, which is a rigid leak-proof container that will hold the items in there when it's upright. So for Sharps disposal, we're going to use the generally red Sharps disposal containers. These are the rigid containers that are leak-proof. Be sure not to overfill these. So once they're about 3/4 full, you want to dispose of it. The medical waste rules do not require the treatment of the Sharps prior to disposal, so we do not need to autoclave these prior to disposal. We can put the box within the red bag waste. This is the chart that North Carolina has for treatment of medical waste, and you will see on the left there is a row for Sharps, but this does not include what we would consider Sharps in our laboratories. This is more for industrial type Sharps, razors, and blades that are used in an industrial setting. Those can go directly to a landfill, but the items that we have are not going to. They're going to be treated in with the rest of the regulated medical waste. So in this chart, generally what we'll be looking at are either the items in the center or the items on the right, the regulated medical waste or non-regulated medical waste. And we're going to treat these again either through incineration or through autoclaving. Now, for your red bag waste, these would be your BSL2 labs. This is what we consider either biohazard infectious waste or regulated medical waste. And the things that you want to have go in these bags are your gloves, contaminated gauze, absorbed fluids, plastic tubing. Things that you do not want in the red bag would be medications, compressed gas cylinders, chemicals, any loose Sharps, any radioactive materials, or any non-infectious garbage. So again, this is going to be primarily for your BSL2 labs. They will be collecting their items in this red bag for red bag disposal, and these items will be sent off-site through our contractor, Stericycle. So your procedure for your sharps and lab waste, again, the full red bags and sharp containers will go to the fourth floor burn box bins, and you do not need, or should you, autoclave the red bag items. Just seal the bag and it goes directly in the red bag bin. So do not place the red bag or sharp containers in the regular trash or autoclave clear bag waste containers. And the proper packaging for your regulated medical waste, we just have some examples here. We use bins similar to the ones shown. When you do seal up the bag, be sure that you are not pushing down on the bag, that you lift it up. You want to do what they call a gooseneck tie, so just twist the top, make a knot, and then it can go in the box for disposal. Here's an example of our clear bag waste collection items. As you see on the left, the BSL-1 clear bag waste only. So these are the items that will be autoclaved prior to disposal. So once we do autoclave these items, they can go in the trash bin that is located in the autoclave room, and it's marked as such. So just be sure that, again, we are not putting red bag waste in here, and we are autoclaving all of our clear bag waste before we go ahead and dispose of it. So for our regulated BSL-1 autoclave protocol, again, you want to prepare your clear bag for autoclaving. Complete the autoclave usage log, which is going to be in the autoclave room, and then you're going to place a chemical indicator on the clear autoclave bag, and these indicator strips are going to be located in the autoclave room as well. We'll have loads of them, so you will not have a chance to miss them, but make sure they're there with each cycle. So each time you use the autoclave, you want to put one of these strips in there, and what the strip is going to measure is it's going to make sure that we reach the right temperature and pressure for the correct amount of time, and you want to tape that to the autoclave log after it is complete. So just fill in the date and time, your name, your research group, the cycle, and then once it's complete, put the indicator strip right on there. So once the autoclave is completed, also the clean bag can go right into the BSL-1 trash can. So for laboratory best practices, you want to secure your regulated medical waste and other hazardous materials in a specific location in your laboratory. The location should be away from unauthorized personnel, and make sure you're not bringing any food or drink into the laboratory. That way it's you're avoiding any possible contamination. Get rid of any other containers when they're 3/4 full, so don't mix them all the way to the top. Do not mix any waste with chemical waste or radiological waste. The regulated medical waste or biohazard waste should be by itself. So place the autoclave bag in the proper container and the red bag waste in the proper container for disposal. If you have questions about the biohazard or autoclave programs, you can either call Paul Heisel in our department or Brian Smith. They're in Wick downtown. Thanks very much.